Yo, what's up with this? Well, this is me. Back in the shop, and we're going to try to get back in the workflow. I left a crazy mess just before leaving on holiday, trying to get my workflow straight. Didn't work out, of course, with all the tuning cars. Nothing is happening as you would want. So, well, just look at this. Every corner of the shop is packed with parts, cars and stuff that we need to do. I didn't show you all the projects that I'm running at the moment because of the hard drive crash. I did this Mark II as well. Sorry people, no episodes about that because of the crash. That's supposed to air in my holiday. So as you all seen, we're a bit lack of content. Probably the next couple of weeks I will only do one episode. Sorry people. On the Rallye nowadays. I will work on all the other projects to get back in the flow, and hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks I will back on 2 episodes a week. I will show you a little bit, couple of shots on how messy the shop is, and then we're back onto the flow of the Rallye. We're doing trophies, 4 Players Classics. So these needs to be finished. Then we got all this engine stuff. Need to clean out the tables, finish some racks to get the shop updated. Small projects done that are all on the table over there. Well, let's see how our beauty is and go on. Well, we left off the last episode, so I've got intercooler, original intercooler. Let's see how that will fit. Shorten the pipes that go on the radiator, and then let's see if we can get it all fitted under with the new radiator mount. Let's hit it. Okay, so we've got this one coming straight up. So when we're here, it will be straight up that way, and we need to go there. So as usual, I don't have all the parts. We don't have hoses. So I think we can make it fit with the original hoses, but I'm not sure. So I think the best way to go is get the radiator hanging on how high I want it, so that we can fit that, then clamp the intercooler in front of the radiator, and then we can see if it still looks like that we're going to make it fit with the original hoses, and maybe we can score a set of hoses somewhere to make sure that it will fit. Otherwise we need to make some of our own. Always these challenges, huh? But this thing is a little bit well, hurting my radiator mount. So let's see what we can do. I think I'm going to remove this one just over here. I'm going to cut it over here on the back side, so we can always weld it back on just under the spot welds. I will cut it through. If we need to get it back on, we can fit it back on, but we will make sure that we don't damage the radiator, and we can easily make it in the perfect spot and adjust that point later. Probably we don't need it anymore, or we're going to make a new connection to the bottom point anyway, because we're not going to use the original mount in that point. So okay, yes, that's the decision made. We're going to cut that off. Okay, so that's the front off. As you can see, it can all go back on. Now we are test fitting the radiator again, but I want to make sure that we don't damage all the cooling ribs. So we're going to protect that first, so we can just put it under, let the car go up and down without risk of any hoses that will hit the ribs, that it will damage that. So let's do that first and then get it in and start measuring out the beam on how that will sit, so we can mount the radiator and then start adjusting and fitting everything in. Well, of course, this is not easy. I thought when I measured this was going to, well, just fit, but it doesn't. It's a little bit, well, thicker than I expected, so it just won't fit on, well, I think I can show. This size will not fit on there. I hoped it was going just over here, but it's just not. But I hope I can use these, then cut it over here, make it a little bit smaller, and then base plate up, so we can use those and the other side, original hoses on, and then back to a little bit higher and thinner core, so that we will got the same capacity, thank you Rob, and it will be just fitting under it the same way as we got the radiator on. But as I look at the radiator this way, it's sitting really nice, and we got some room over there to fit the intercooler, and hopefully just enough room to make 2 fans over there. So, okay, that's the plan made. Going to adjust, make my own intercooler. Of course, going to use the sides that I will go and mount those on the perfect spot so we can use the hoses again. Then, first off, new radiator beam where we can mount everything on. Now that I know the plan on where everything is going to be, I can start making a radiator beam that will keep the radiator in the good spot, and then I can easily take the bumper off and make a new intercooler. Got the new cooler core ordered, so hopefully tomorrow or in the beginning of next week that will be in. So in the next episode we will be building an intercooler and hopefully get the complete fronts done. Now off to the radiator beam and of course the beam for the rest, and then we will be off for the axles. Try and see if we can lengthen a good set of front axles so that everything in the engine bay will be done and we can move on to someday the electronics. Okay, let's test fit the first beam mount so we can measure down how far the lowest point will be, and then we can make it. Okay, so I got one mounting plate mounted at the frame rails and draw something up on the cardboard on how far I need to go to the front, because the radiator is as much forward as possible to create room for the fan on the radiator, and that means we got not much room left for the intercooler. And if we make a bracket like this, the intercooler pipes need to go to the side as well. So probably I'm going to cut one out with a laser to see There's the radiator, so want the mount beam to go under there, so we can put it up. So that means we need to go from there to the front, then downward, and over here there will be the intercooler, but it needs the pipe needs to go all the way to there. So that's all back and in there. But then we got these over there. Let's see if we can create some room for everything. Okay, so that parts carded, got a tube for the support. So let's tack weld them together, then wrench it on, shove the tube in, and see if we can make some first mount. I think we need add some more on the radiator to mount it properly. Then we can go off to the top, some top mounts, and then the radiator should be in. Welcome to my scrambled head. I told you guys I'm going to tack weld them in and then test them first. Well, YouTube game, I wanted to film something and then already ended up with welding one. I need to test them first, you idiot. So okay, now let's test them and then properly weld them. I got already one. Just welded it. And this one tack welded way, how, who, what it's supposed to be. Okay. So this is getting somewhere. Got some movement upward for the mount. Then over here, this is looking kind of tidy. And we got room over there or over here, that way or this way, because this one is going to be smaller. So we probably, the intercooler will be over here, so probably I will make something over there. Okay, so I planned to make the radiator mount and get it all mounted on the frame and get everything done. But there are just too many variables with the intercooler and the intercooler piping, and the point that the intercooler is going to hang or on the radiator or straight on the frame and make mounts for that as well, that I am having too many issues on or this or that or this or that, or what if I do this, then that will happen on that point. So yeah, I think I will wait till I can make the intercooler so that no radiator mount will hit the intercooler or will prevent me to route the lines good. So that needs to go on a hold. That's always so freaking terrible with these projects. You want to finish something and then you are starting thinking on other stuff, and you got these tiny little problems. So I'm up now to get the final bits of the lines on the radiator, so that will be on there, and then I'll go off to the axles. Yes, it's steel. Because of all the coolant dirt that's in the tube, it's really terrible to weld, and that's why, well, I'm taking it small steps at a time, that it the weld is not going deep enough to get all the dirt in the weld. So yeah, I'll just better show you what the welds are. So this is not looking too bad, but you can see all the dirt around the weld that's coming up. But my tube is getting there. Well, that's another one off the list. Oh, tiny step, but more coolant lines fixed. There's one to go at the bottom, but I will address that when the intercooler and the power steering pump will go in, because we're going to change out the air conditioning pump for the power steering pump, and then there will be a little bit more room for the final, well, coolant lines. But they're all in the perfect spot, as you can see, because we made the radiator with the shapes of the original radiator. We're almost in the same spot as original. So till so far, there are no problems. It's only a little bit more packed together than the original one. So that's on hold for now, waiting for the intercooler parts. So now we're on. I want to start with the drive shafts. First the front, then I go get some stuff for the rear. So let's get it up. Jezus. Waarom is het nou weer vastgezet dan? Look at how those nuts are looking. Freaking, they painted it black so you couldn't see it, but freaking ass, why? And why so tight? I'm lifting the whole damn thing with this big heavy engine in and it's still not coming loose. Why, people? Nee, jongens. Hier nou weer mee. Zing. Okay, where were we? I destroyed almost the screwdriver because I wasn't paying attention, and this was a little bit more stuck than I expected. Now, okay, this can come off. Ooh, that's damaged. Okay. Not sure if it's on the camera, it's visible, but you know, this is not supposed to be in there. So, just came down from the office, got everything arranged for the intercooler, so that's ordered and will be in next week. Got all the ideas for the drive shaft prepared. I'm not sure if everybody noticed it, but I'm having a really hard time the last couple of weeks or last couple of months on the YouTube game. It seems like everything is against me what I'm doing here for the YouTube game. So my lens is broke, and not sure if everybody knows, but all my data, literally everything I did for the last couple of months, everything from this year is gone. So if anybody knows how to fix an external hard drive, hit me up, so maybe you can save my content off my hard drive. So maybe we can, well, slowly get back onto speed, because I did a lot of more work that I filmed on the Rallye, but it's all gone. So this episode's all after the holiday and trying to get back into the flow with all the content that I have in my mind that we've already filmed, but I can't use it anymore because it's gone. So this is what I could do this week. It's crazy. Didn't expect it to take it a little bit more time to get into the flow on the YouTube stuff. I've ordered lots of stuff, I've done lots of stuff, but yeah, that's all I could do in these couple of days, because a custom build is not easy. And I was thinking I could finish the whole front subframe of the Radiator, but when I'm thinking about stuff, there are so many things that when I would make the mount for the Radiator, there's some places that the line for the intercooler needs to go. So if I just make the mounts, it could be in the wrong spot. Even the intercooler is going to be this big or this big. I'm not sure yet. So we can't make the mounts at the front as well. So that's on hold, and every time you do something, there's something on hold. So that's why we started on the axles. That's on the go now. I will make a plan to get the rear diff rebuild set, so we can make that as well. Hopefully I can get some more parts in the next couple of weeks, so we can get a big flow and a big chunk done on this. And I will start with putting all my merch that I got in just before we left on holiday in the web store. So go buy some merch to help support the channel, so we can buy some new external hard drives and keep entertaining you with all the stupid stuff that I'm doing. I'm enjoying this, trying to figure out my schedule a little bit. Lots of new stuff is coming, but I'm not sure how to plan everything yet. So thank you all for watching, like and subscribe to the channel, and see you all in the next episode.